Alright, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and get started here in just a second. Can I get an audio check in the YouTube chat, please? Alright, everybody, we're gonna go ahead and get started here in just a second. From here on out, I'm going to be keeping the Discord minimized. If you are watching and there's any audio problems, or if you want to see any charts, go ahead and just comment right in the live chat on YouTube. From here on out, I'm going to be keeping the Discord minimized. If you are watching and there's any audio problems, or if you want to see any charts. So I'm just going to preface this with Wyckoff distribution. A lot of people are seeing accumulation and redistribution. However, I'm just not seeing it. Most people are seeing the creek as this here, but what happens in phase B is the creek. You know what I mean? This is not the creek here. So accumulation and redistribution. As you can see here, we have a pretty good case of Wyckoff distribution right here. We are just about in phase E. We are in phase E actually. As of this day, we are on phase E. You can see on the 4 hour, we've been making nothing but lower highs. 14 minutes until this daily/weekly candle closes. And that is a pretty ugly looking candle. We are very oversold on each indicators though. So there's a chance that we just turn it all right around from here, right? The daily, however, not looking good. You have bearish engulfing. Both your indicators are trending downwards. Your RSI is officially below 50. Just following these trend lines and nothing else, one can expect 91.8K. Taking a look at the weekly, we have a big old indecision candle. Your HSI is below 50, your RSI is above 50. Really not much you can go on here. There is no way to really say that you can strategize a long or a short here. You're just too far from any sort of resistance or support. Going down to the hourly on BTC, there is no way to really say. Looks like you're heading towards lower prices. That you can strategize a long or a short here. You're just too far from any sort of resistance or support. Going down to the As for the bearish crab on the daily for Bitcoin here, we have yet another just sideways. We've been sideways since November. There's no other really good way to put it. We've been sideways for almost 3 months now. I don't know what you want from this market. If you're getting what blows my mind here is this wick right here was the biggest liquidation event in crypto history. But why? Why? We're in a channel. What blows my mind here is this wick right here was the biggest liquidation event. You know, this is where we're at. One can argue that that's a decline off of the hard line, and we're going to go back to this 91, 92K range. Test this angular, test this HSI dot, test the bottom of the channel. Something. It's hard to argue that BTC is just going to go straight up from here, but it's also hard to argue that it's just going to go straight down from here. This week has been nothing but stupid sideways grinding bullshit. BTC dominance looks like it's going to continue trending down for a while. Hopefully that'll give us the alt rally that we're all looking for. A few of these alts here though. Take a peek at the 3-day on BTC real quick. So we had our bearish HSI dot printed. And what we know from these harmonics is once you get a type 1 reaction, which this is your type 1 reaction, and then this here would be your type 2 return, and then the textbook would tell you that we have a type 2 reaction. So we got our type 1 reaction, we got our type 2 return. Now we're waiting for our type 2 reaction. Give me BTC dominance back at 53% so we can see these altcoins start to roll. I want to see altcoins rip. I want to see BTC kind of go sideways, maybe up a little bit. If BTC can continue consolidating in this area, that'd be great. I don't want to see 91k for altcoin's sake right now because they're already really low. If BTC goes to 91k, we're going to be breaking major supports, and we just don't really want that. The other thing is too is what we got to remember is that this is kind of a BS, 3-day weekend here, the couple President's Day thing, markets being closed on Monday. You're gonna want to take that with caution because there's no liquidity on the weekends like this. Price can go way up and way down with no volume, and just like today and yesterday, how there's no volume. See this orange line right here? That's the volume moving average. So we were that shy of just hitting the moving average for volume. There's no whale activity happening right now. I mean, even down at the hourly, that's really not that much. If you zoom out, that's really not that much. We have been looking at the 12-hour here, and it looks like we're failing the most recent bullish dot line. You can see the candle that we're testing it on. Not only are we breaking below the dot line, but we're breaking below the 50 moving average for the HSI and the RSI. Not great signs. 4-hour, kind of the same deal. 8-hour, there's not really much hope there either. Honestly, just long story short, BTC needs to do something. We need to recapture this heart line. We need to go to 102.5. We need to go to 91.8. We need to do something so we can actually get on with our lives and make a decision on this market. These altcoins are not going to fly if BTC goes back to 91k. This 102.500 level, we've been discussing this for a long time. Been discussing that for a long time. That is the macro 1618. What we need to do too is take a look at total. Total here. So here's the thing about total. There is some good price action, but I don't know if it's enough. You have this range here from 2.8 to 3.03. Let's see. There is some good price action, but I don't know if it's enough. You got that October, November 2021 high. And as of recently, we've broken through it and we're back testing it. We got our oversold arrow, but now we need some sort of confirmation here that we are actually oversold. October, November. I think I went over this last week again, but we're still waiting. We're still waiting for more data here. Still, it's 3-day chart, so it might take weeks. But now we need some sort of confirmation here that we are actually. I think I went over this last week. See, Doji says we got Echo. It's a 3-day chart, so it might take weeks. Alright, I changed around some audio settings, see if that helps at all. I turned down the music and then turned down the gain on the microphone a little bit. Let me know if this is any better. Alright, I changed around some audio settings, see if that helps at all. Turn down the music and then turn down the gain on the microphone a little bit. Let me know if this is any better. Alright, we're gonna try this now. I turned down the gain some more and I turned echo suppression on twice as high. Let me know if this sounds any better to you guys. Alright, still getting the hang of the streaming thing, you know. I had to get a third monitor and then talking to the camera and the microphone, but also not getting in all the echoes of the basement and everything like that. Do I think we locked in the 90 to 110K range in the short term? Yeah, honestly, until we break the all-time high or 91K, we're kind of stuck. I'm not super convinced that we're going to 77K yet. I'm not super convinced that we're going to 73K or even 86K. Give me something real here at 91K or 102K, something. It's been such a sideways crap market since the last stream that there's really nothing to report. Let me zoom in here on total real quick for you guys. We're gonna get rid of that there. I had to zoom in quite a lot, and this is. Let's see, we are. That's 14 bars in, and we're the same price. Everything is the same price it was on February 2nd. You think I'm exaggerating, but we are right there. That's 14 bars in. So everything has been the same price, day after day after day. The Wix, everything's been the same dang price for 2 weeks. I don't really have any TA. It's the same. It's the same. I'm still expecting the 122K cup and handle target over time. I'm not expecting 70Ks yet. There's no reason to think that we're doing some massive correction just yet. Yeah, price action isn't great, but there's no follow through. Where do you see any follow through? How's audio for you guys? Is it any better now? How's audio for you guys? Is it any better now? Is anybody out there? Is anybody there? I don't even know what color to make the light anymore, you know? Sometimes we would have dump streams, sometimes we would have pump streams, but now I'm just like, let's have a purple stream, because nothing's fucking happening right now. I don't even know what color to make the light anymore, you know? Sometimes we would have dump streams, sometimes we would have pump streams, but now I'm just like, let's have a purple stream, because nothing's fucking happening right now. Oh man, we got some people in the chat here. What's up, Turbo? Yeah, I'm still figuring out this YouTube crap right now. Apparently there's an echo going on, but I can't find out where it's coming from. Oh man, we got some people in the chat here. What's up, Turbo? Yeah, I'm still figuring out this YouTube crap right now. Apparently there's an echo going on, but I can't find out where it's coming from. Okay, I turned down the background music some more and then turned the gain down on my microphone some more. Let me know if there's still a frickin' echo. If so, then I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Background music some more and then turn the gain down on my microphone some more. Let me know if there's still a frickin' echo. Also, let me know if you want a Bitcoin hat. Low price of 3 Bitcoin each. Also, let me know if you want a Bitcoin hat. Low price of 3 Bitcoin each. Maybe it's about time to buy a professional microphone, eh? You know, a few streams in, is it time to bite the bullet? Maybe it's about time to buy a professional microphone, eh? You know, a few streams in, is it time to bite the bullet? Two different feeds. No. All right, what about that? Do you guys still hear an echo here? I'm just gonna try getting rid of the music capture altogether and see if that helps. Yeah, I didn't want to have it echo through Discord, so I'm out of Discord altogether right now. I didn't want any audio problems because I've had it before where I stop streaming from YouTube and then all of a sudden I can't use Discord until I close it out. So I don't want them interfering. Echo's all gone, everything all set right here. Okay, good now. Perfect, perfect. All right. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't want you guys to have to listen to all that crap. I'd rather the stream be enjoyable. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging through that bullshit. All right. Let's see here. See if we can get the audio capture still somehow. We're gonna do window capture. Maybe that's it. No. Yeah, we'll figure it out another time. Let's continue on with the TA before we lose everybody here. All right, so what's going to happen to alts once this BTC reserve becomes a reality? Um, well, so the thing is, if BTC does the thing and does what it's supposed to do, and it goes to its macro targets up at the 3618 fib like we want it to, then we can expect alts to kind of explode from there because once BTC reaches those targets, what happens is, most of the time these whales will put their BTC profits into these altcoins and let those ride as well. Some would argue that the use case of altcoins is to be traded. It's not so much to be held or the use case or anything like that. Um, they're kind of just meant to be traded. And if you get something like this, 3618, let's see, right about there, you're right in the middle of this channel yet. And just because the target is a little bit over 200K doesn't mean we can't get some crazy price action. Like for example, the last bull cycle, we had our up thrust and we hit our target, and then we had another up thrust. We can always have something like that. Um, there's always chances to invalidate these channel lines, and who's to say we even get there, right? Who knows? Maybe maybe this is it. More data needs to come yet, obviously, but right now we're kind of stuck in this spot below this heart line right here. We need to get above this heart line. We need to get above that macro 1618 at 1025. We need to get these indicators turned around. Where right now we're just pointed down. The weekly, what would we ended up doing? Back in December before Christmas, we posted our bearish HSI arrow. We came back up. We tested that area. Now keep in mind, when these arrows print, you got to think of an imaginary line at the base of the candle right there. So think of an imaginary line right there. As soon as you get one test, two tests, now all you have to do is print two red candles and you get a dot, which is your confirmation that you're overbought. So on the weekly, we have printed that dot as of 2 weeks ago. This week we printed our confirmation candle. Now the same thing with these arrows, that imaginary line I just talked about, the same thing happens with these dots. It's put at the top of these bearish candles when these bearish dots print. And then as soon as you retest it, that line right there is generated by the software. So all of the ingredients are now here for bearish momentum if it so chooses to preface itself. First things first, we have to break this channel downwards. We have to break 91.8K. Until we do that, I'm not bearish. Until we do that, we're just consolidating. Now, would it be great and just make sense if we did a 72, 73K dip and just came back and rocketed to outer space? Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. Are we going to get it? I don't know. We'll see. Let's look on some lower time frames to see if we can make any sort of sense out of this yet. Literally, we are at the same spot as I was streaming last week. Stupid. I was streaming right here, right there. And look where we are. Same spot. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? We're at the same spot. Now, what do we have going on here on the 4-hour? We have our first oversold arrow being printed, since February 1st. So in the last 15 days, we haven't had an oversold arrow on the 4-hour yet, and now we're getting one potentially. We still have 3 hours and 48 minutes to close. It's kind of flashing back and forth. Who knows if it's even going to stay there, right? We have some ingredients here, though. We have our bat pattern. Once we get to T1, we're looking for our type 2 return. Technically, we want to see it hit the XA line again at 91K in order to get our type 2 reaction. Do we have to get a type 2 reaction? No. Let's take the data as it comes. At this point, it's almost safe to say that 95K is the floor for now. That's stupid to say too, but also 98K is the ceiling for now. Good luck trading BTC right now. You're floating in between two levels on the 4-hour with no actual construct right now. We need more time. We need more time and we need more data. We need some more. I know me and the boys in the Patreon chat have been making some good money. There's been a few here that have been really good. Some have been kind of lagging behind here, but right now I have a total of 40 positions open. We're just going to start going over some of them. One of them, of all stupid things, is Floki. Floki, I've been watching ever since we had this insane upwards movement since last year. It kind of told us something, that for some reason this thing's a mover. Like any of these dog coins, it seems like they seem to move with really vigorous intent. Once the TA is right and once they get to areas that are respected, all of a sudden they seem to pop off. But Floki here, you have your bat pattern, you got down to your hop level and you violated that hop level, right? But buyers ended up recapturing it. Look what they did on this wick. On this wick, they recovered 42% of the price action on that wick right there. And then what did they do? They come back for a perfect retest of the hop. They print their oversold dot. They test the dot line. The wick off the dot line is like chef's kiss good. Let's get our indicators. Let's get our RSI above 50 and let's get our HSI turned back around. And there's about, in my mind here, with all the technicals turning around here, the textbook knowledge of harmonics and all that, you're looking for a type 1, a target 1, at 0.00018. From here, that is a 94% gain on spot. Obviously you can manage your risk the closer you get down to the hop, but we've been posting about it, talking about it in the Patreon here. Another one that we were talking about, I let people know about this one for free, ACH. This one was getting to some pretty crazy levels, on the 12-hour especially. So we saw that massive pump. Alchemy Pay, I don't even really know what it is, but I like the chart, man. You see these double oversold confirmations. You see it be oversold twice, and then you see it confirm that it was oversold twice, and then you see divergence on your HSI, and then you see divergence on your RSI. At that point, why would you not take a shot? I kind of explain it. I forget where I heard it originally, but I take this from somebody else. I heard it on the internet. It's like baking a cake. TA is like baking a cake. If all the ingredients are there, you're going to make yourself a cake. It's going to be easy to manage that cake. If you got your flour, your sugar, your egg, your everything, the oven's preheated just right. Those are all the ingredients here that we're talking about. And boom, you got your cake. You got your cake. You got your signal cake. Um, just for reference here, in join the Discord because we're posting this kind of stuff all the time. Um, just all the time. Let me get over here real quick. Sorry, bear with me, bear with me. All right, I just want to share. So here, right here. So I posted this for free to all you guys as a Valentine's Day gift to buy buy some ACH so you can make some money. All this stuff. You got your indicators pointed up, you got your oversold indications. It's at a 786 macro retrace from, or not macro, local retrace. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, there it is. And this is your consequence. You get a pop like this. You get a 22% pop just like that. All right. If the hop gets over violated, does the pattern get voided? All right. Yeah, let me go over that. Let me find a pattern here. Yeah, let's go to ape, I guess, for the bat pattern here. So yeah, we'll go here. Actually, let's go back to Floki where it was at the hop. That's better. So there's a factor here in the book called hop to stop. The hop to stop is going to be your XA level, which XA is your terminal bar. So when the pattern completes, that is your XA bar. So you're going to take your XA to the hop, and then you're going to project that zone downwards from the hop. So that's going to be your hop to stop. Your hop to stop area is going to be your Omega Chad level entry zone right here. So Doji was asking in chat here, you know, when do you know to add to your position and when do you know just to take the stop loss? This is it right here. This is your hop to stop. You know, the hop level is already an insane area of value. If you are violating the hop level and not returning back above it within a candle or two, you're probably going to get violated, especially it's a moving puzzle, guys, right? But especially if your indicators are below 50 and then you're below the hop, that's not good signs. But here, you know, you get a bounce off the hop, you get your dot, you get your HSI is above 50, which HSI is harmonic strength index. So if your harmonic strength index is above 50 after a massive harmonic pattern completes, you're kind of, you know, you're looking right for an entry at that point. You're looking for an entry at that point. What would be textbook perfect? You know, give me a type 1 reaction, a type 2 return, and then a type 2 reaction. That is what our harmonic trading platform looks for. This is how you make the big bucks. You ride it up 100%. You short it down 50%. You ride it back up 150%. You make the money in that chop using these levels. And not to mention, once you can get that type 2 return buy-in, that's where you hold a little bit, because sometimes you get these reactions that are just, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy sometimes what these harmonic patterns can do for reactions. Um, Let me find an example here. ACH was one of them on the hourly. You know, when we were posting about this, I was like, hey guys, you know, uh, this, I posted about it last night. You know, we're at a hop level. We are oversold with confirmation at a hop level. I posted about it literally, you know, join the Discord and scroll back and find out for yourself. I posted about it right here. I say everybody load up on ACH. And then look what happens. You know, you get oversold and then you move up 24% in a day. And now we're trying to find support at higher levels and continue going. I sold a little bit up here, but I'm still in it. I still have 75% of my bag. Made a little bit of money. And that's the other thing too, guys. You know, Holdoro, Diamond Hands, great. Whatever. Fine. Sure. It's got its place. But when I'm sitting here trading, looking for money, you can't make money if you don't take profits. Um, you know, if I see one of my bags is up 50%, I'm going to take a little bit of profit. And then when it's up 100%, I'm going to take some profit. And then when it's up 200%, I'm going to take some profit. When it's up 500%, I'm going to take some profit. Don't fucking roller coaster round trip that shit. Take some profit when it's up. When you're staring at your portfolio and you're like, wow, I've never seen it look this good, take some fucking profit. Did I make myself clear? Same thing goes when it's the other way around. When it's the lowest it's ever been, when things look the worst it's ever been, maybe buy a little bit. Grok. Grok was a good one that I wish I would have seen earlier. This is the 3-day chart right here. So I had these lines here before I got the software. We were looking at this thing. I was waiting for it to come back down at this area, but then for some reason I lost interest and then we never came back to it. I don't know why, but it's too bad, right? Too bad, so sad. Look at what market participants did at this old level of history. Oversold confirmation, bing bang, wham bam, thank you ma'am. All of a sudden it went up 98% in one day. One candle just kabam. Let's look at some other ones. Let me get some stuff in the chat here. Who's got who's got stuff they want to look at in the chat? Oh, wait a minute. Anybody got suggestions? This software costs a lot of money. I'm willing to look at stuff for free right now. Let's go. FET fetch. Yep. Yeah. I mean, look at you can't make this stuff up, right? These levels are generated by the software. These dots, these lines, these patterns, these arrows, it's all generated by the software, right? So you can see this hop level is hop standing for harmonic optimal price. This is where the price ends up wicking to, and then look at that volume. And then you have confirmation here that you are indeed incredibly oversold on a daily time frame. Now, you couple these harmonic patterns, these waves, they're basically Elliott waves, fib retracements, these harmonic patterns. You get them at these areas of value, you confirm that they're oversold, you get your indicators starting to turn upwards, getting them above the 50 levels, and then you can start looking for these massive movements. Anywhere in this area right now is screaming by FET, you know? What are we looking for from here? We're looking for target one at $1.42. Uh, and then just remember your hop to stop levels too. If we get some sort of crazy, unheard of sort of, event like we did the other day and stuff decides to go crazy and go way down, what if the hop to stop goes into play? Well, you might get it for down to 39 cents, but you got to take it as it comes. You got Pyth, good old Pyth. Pyth on the daily. Kind of hard to do much anything on the daily right there. Looking at the 3-day. I mean, you're definitely oversold on the 3-day there. Uh, the weekly, you're trying to get out of oversold territory. You might print a new green arrow here on the weekly soon. That's good. Pyth, it's hard to say, man. There's a lot of work here to do. You just gotta, you just got an overbought confirmation on the 12-hour. And then look at the volume here on this candle. It's all on that wick. Pyth has some work to do. Come back to me next week on that one. Pyth has some work to do. Jasmine? Change the color on the HSI and RSI lines. I don't even know if I can do that. Hmm. That's not it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere to edit these. I don't know if I'm just blind or what. Yeah, just add it twice. There you go. Interesting. All right. Well, let's look at the BTC weekly close now that we're all closed up here. All right, what are we gonna do? Here's what I do like though, right? So we got weekly RSI above the 50 level. Let's keep it that way. If we can keep weekly RSI above 50, we will end up, you know, maybe give it 2, 3 weeks of whatever price action, but we'll end up failing this dot. I've had this weird feeling that, maybe mid-March or even later that we're just gonna grind sideways for a while. And it's kind of looking that way. We'll go to ETH real quick on the weekly. Oh my God, it's right on the line. Okay, I shit you not, I've had this line drawn for, you know, 2 years, and we're on it. We got to hold right here, or we're gonna go back to 2100, 2200. Like there's not really another choice if we don't hold. You know what I mean? Like one can obviously see that there's no stopping us. If we lose 2600, we're going to 2100. There's not really another choice. The other thing is if we hold here, one can argue that we're going to 3900. Because that's what's happened every other time that we hold these oversold conditions on this line. So we're either going to 2100 or we're going to 3900. ETH needs to decide right fucking meow. Hopefully it did. That hopefully this volume was people buying the dip and not just being scared out of their positions and leaving the market forever. You can't act like you know for sure. I, I know there's some people that are like, oh, yep, we're 100% in a bull market, and there are some people that are 100%, we're going to 73K. You can't act like that. You need to take it as the data comes. And right now, the data is telling you to go fuck yourself. It's telling you to go fuck yourself. We need to wait. We need more data. Trying to go long or short right now, especially on leverage, is just stupid. Yeah, total on the 4 hour, can't do much with it. Total on the daily, what? Another bearish back test. So you had your bearish confirmation candle, so we just bearishly back tested that line. We bearishly back tested T1, and we posted confirmation today. Let's see if sellers give us any follow through. Altcoin market cap. Oh, look at that. We got our bearish oversold, or sorry, overbought indication printed yesterday. Not fantastic signs. Take a look at Pixel. Retail is nowhere to be found. Yeah, you're right. It's at an all-time low. Um, Retail interest is at an all-time low. Somehow already we got our we got an overbought confirmation on Pixel. I don't even know how. Um, Somehow, I mean, I do know how. I mean, right, the HSI got all the way up to this red line and then came back, and that's how you get the HSI arrows. But the fact that the HSI went that far with price action only going that far, that's kind of like anti-divergence. I don't like that. Where's the bull market that we were promised? You know, Win Moon, Win Lambo. I know some people were looking at Rune, and you know, in another Discord a couple days ago, I was like, you guys ready to buy Rune at 60 cents, 80 cents? And I got a bunch of crickets. Well, now look. What about this weekly chart tells you that we're not going to go to 60 cents? I don't know. Call me pessimistic, but the data isn't really there that we're just going to get like some random, you know, candle that looks like this. You know what I mean? The data doesn't suggest that right now. Not for Rune. Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is dismal. This is like this is how this is kind of how I felt when we were in bear market lows. BTC is at freaking $100,000, and I feel the same way than when it was at $40,000. Stupid, absolutely stupid. And some of these alts too, like I'll be with the first to admit I was wrong as hell about File. I thought FIL was gonna go places. You know, I saw this weekly harmonic complete back in summertime, and I was buying it for $3, $4, and I'm like, you know what? File's going to 17, 24, you know, $41 maybe. Who knows? Who knows where FIL is gonna go? But then here it is. It's back at those grinding summer lows. What the hell? Now, do we get the amazing type 2 reaction? You know how I was talking about how these harmonics work. You get the type 1 reaction, you get the type 2 return, and then you get the type 2 reaction. So here's what's nice about the software is it tells you when it thinks those type 1 and type 2s are done. So on the weekly, we got our T1. We got our T1 dollar sign, meaning T1, the target one hit, right? And now we have our T2. So the software is really, it's realistically telling us, hey, wait for target 2, wait for 850, wait for $9. But where do we enter? Where do we enter? Starting to wonder if File's going to hit 3 digits this cycle or not. dot. I thought I already went over pixel. Didn't I go over pixel? Or am I just high? I swear I went over pixel. Polka dot. Dang. Look at that. Don't you love it when you pull a fib retrace and it just like smacks that 886? Just, uh. Yeah, I mean, dot, it had its deep value retrace, and I mean deep. Like, you to get an 886 retrace on a weekly is a big deal. Um, Look at that. Apparently, we were talking about this back in October 2023. You know, failed breakdowns have consequences, especially when they're retested like that. So, dot has been a trader's paradise. Look at how it's been respecting these lines ever since then. Like, I don't know when I drew this box, but dang, that's been respected. That's been respected. This line's been respected. You know, one can argue that, you know, you can set up a trade just like this. Something like that. Get one more target in there just for your greed's sake. You know, up here. Boom. I mean, you guys can see that, right? Easy peasy. Your first one is a 4-to-1 risk reward, 7-to-1 risk reward, and then 11-to-1 risk reward. The book tells you to go 3-to-1, and all three of those are far, far past. Bonk. I'll look at some bonk. I think I bought bonk. Did I buy bonk? I don't know. I have 40 freaking positions open now. It's hard to keep track sometimes. Just look at a chart. I'm like, wow, that's great. And then I buy some. Bonk on the 3-day though, you're definitely at an area of value and you're oversold at an area of value. Those are good signs. Your HSI is coming out of an oversold situation. It looks like your RSI is trying to divert upwards. You'd really like to see, I mean, that is so close. That is really close. Get your RSI to break trend. Get your HSI to break trend. A dot on the 3-day would be nice. Your daily though. Here's your daily. Here's what I like about this. So, you know, normally you trade these bullish patterns, right? But you can trade these bearish patterns. These bearish patterns, they're just as good. You just have to treat them differently. You know, we got our target 2 out of it and then some. We got a full performance, absolute full performance, 100% retrace on this crab pattern. What happened at the 100% retrace? See how we get, you know, dot, arrow, dot, arrow, dot, and then another dot or arrow, and then we get another dot. Like, look what happens in this area. Clearly, market participants like bonk between the 1.5 and 1.7 level. I'm not going to say all the zeros. You get the point. But you know, you're sitting at 100% retrace with oversold confirmation. One could easily, you know, just like how I was doing dot here. one can easily argue, yeah, right about there. So the first target would be 3-1. Your second target would be 7-1. And your third target would be 12-1. So, bonk. That's how you could play it, just like that. Obviously, the closer you get to your stop loss, the closer you get to that 1-4 area, the better your profit and the better your risk to reward ratio is do what who what is, you know. Uh, let's look at some memes, I guess. Chill guy, just decimated. Uh, I believe the inside joke was floor discovery on this one. Still no dot on the daily. On the 3 day though, you got your oversold arrow. A lot of volume. That's actually kind of interesting. Give it another week. Come back to me in a week on Jill Guy. Peanut's gonna change the world, man. I remember when Peanut came out. This dude, I'm not gonna name names, but this guy, this guy, this guy in the other Discord was like, "No, Peanut's really gonna change everything, man." We were talking about it like way up here, like he thought that this was gonna be like a continuation, a new platform up here and to continue. It's gonna change the world. People actually care about Peanut. Hey, well, guess what? They don't care about Peanut. How far are we down? 94% in 96 days. That's almost a percent a day on average. That's fantastic. Man. Moodang. Take a peek at good old Moodang for the chili boat. Um, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have some Moodang. It's one of my 40 positions. I'm only in it for the boys. Sometimes you gotta do stuff for the boys. My average position is 0.05479. I marked it on the chart here. Um, as you can see, I chose this position because you can manage risk here just fine. Is it gonna go up from here? Who knows? Seems kind of like no, right? It's just another, you know, more and more distribution. And the only real good volume spike was up here, selling. Not great signs. Not great signs from Mooding. I wouldn't be surprised if I get stopped out of that one soon. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 though for the weekly. I wanted to go over this one because we actually closed the highest weekly candle close of all time last week, and nobody's really talking about it. Um, I haven't heard anybody else mention this in any other Discord, but we closed the frickin' S&P 500 weekly higher than ever before. Again, again and again and again. Um, and usually the crypto market follows this. Usually it follows this. Now, is this the ultimate bull trap? And then all of a sudden we decide that we fulfilled our target over time. Looking all the way back, we've been going over the S&P ever since 2022. Uh, we identified this cup and handle pattern, and then look what happened. It went straight to the frickin' target, dang near, right? There's there's only $100 left until the actual target is hit. But when that does hit, are we going to retrace, or are we going to continue on to the 2618 at $7,800? Now, that would be great because that would bring us to our, our wet dream of Bitcoin getting to like that insane 400, 500K, ultimate insanity levels, right? That we dream about. Um, you know, Obviously they're high targets and it's probably not going to go there, but it would be a catalyst, if we can get the rest of the market to start moving like that. Uh, these cup and handle targets, man, they're real. Let's head on over to Total so I can kind of tell you what I'm talking about here, because Total has one too. I like totals. Turtle. So, arc pattern, boom, just like that. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's your cup and handle. Now, why? Why? Why can't we just do something like that? Do you see the? Do you see that? Right? I'm on the weekly time frame here. Here's your cup and handle. Boom. There's your S&P 500. Here's your cup and handle. Give it to me. Give it to me. This is what we're looking for. If we drop out of this, cup and handle failed. And I think that's just what Composite Operator wants us to think right now. The markets look like shit right now. Crypto interest looks like shit right now. Everything on the chart kind of looks like shit right now. But, just thinking of the narrative and what's coming for this next year, you're not going to catch me selling anything right now. I'm still holding. I'm not really buying a ton more, but I'm buying I'm entering a few trades here and there where I see fit, but I'm not doing any super heavy spot buys anymore right now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Give me this 1618 on Total. Give me 7.7 trillion. Give it to me. No other requests? Anything? Stocks, crypto, commodities, real estate, your mama. Turn it on green for good luck. You could change your RSI line color if you hover over the left. Not seeing it. Let's see if BTC goes to 86K, does it invalidate the cup and handle? So here's the thing: is the cup and handle pattern. It's not weird for price action to retest the cup line. I'll try to make it more obvious here. The cup line is going to be this really fat, uh, light blue colored line here. So about half the time, there's a cup line retest, which would bring us all the way down to 69K. Uh, that would be devastating, right? It would be absolutely devastating. So the S&P didn't do that though. You can see how the cup line was broken and then it went straight to its target. And you measure the target, you see this box here. So you take the bottom of the cup to the cup line and you take that measurement and then you put it on top of the breakout. And that's how you get your target for the cup and handle. So BTC's cup and handle target, I'll do a fresh measurement here just for educational purposes. So we're gonna do this, copy paste that, and then we're gonna just put that on top there. And that brings us to 289K on a logarithmic scale. On non-log, I think it's 122K. And that's the thing is, I don't have a good argument for using log or non-log. A lot of traders do, a lot of traders don't. How about QE? What's QE? Is that a coin? Stock? All? Sorry, I don't know what QE means. I just need 100x. Dude, me too. Me too. Freaking SRM is what I was looking for 100x, but man, it's starting to shit the bed a little bit. That last 3-day candle though, look at that volume right there. That's a nice hammer right there. I wonder if it's gonna catch any follow through. Dang, man. Also not sure why, but the software definitely should have picked up something right here. Hot. Good old hot. What we got on hot? Hot on the 3-day, we are retesting that old bearish HSI dot, and we got an oversold confirmation daily. What we got? Yeah, it's getting pretty close to where you could manage risk pretty well at that 1.5 level. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly you have, this is a piercing line candle where it's kind of like the opposite of a pin bar. That's what you would call it, a piercing line. Uh, let's a little bit more confirmation on the weekly would be nice. But man, it seems to be kind of riding this area here, doesn't it? One could definitely argue you're at a spot where you could manage your risk pretty well. Set your stop just below that last wick for that weekly candle earlier in February. You could put your first target right about there. That's a 5-to-1. And then, this one here, that's a 9-to-1. Take it one more notch here. Right? Yeah. Let's see if we can test that one at a 13-to-1. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, you don't have to aim for the stars here. If you're at the end of the day, if you're at a 13-to-1 risk reward ratio and you end up selling for 358% profit, don't be mad at yourself. Don't be mad that you missed out on that last bit, or be like, oh, I only made 300% where I could have made 1,000%. Boo fucking who? What did your savings account do before you found out about crypto? You know, what did your money market account do before you found out about stock trading? What did your yields or bonds do before you found out about, high percentage trading like this? You used to be at one point in your life, you used to be happy with like 1 to 4% a year, a year, 1 to 4% a year. And now if we don't get that per fucking minute, all of a sudden we're unhappy. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking too much. Take it in stride, 350% sell in a safe spot, sell into the, and that's the other thing too. You want to sell into the buying pressure. You don't want to be like stuck falling down trying to get rid of your bag. You want to sell into the ups. Like when the price action is going like this right here, you want to sell into this. You want to sell into this. You don't want to buy this. Like, sell here, sell a little here, sell a little here, sell a little there. Because if you did your job right, you bought it all here. It's okay. It's like, oh, you know what? It went up 350%. I think I'll take some profit. Oh, it went up 800%. I think I'll take some more profit. Oh, it went up 2,300%. I think I'll take some more profit. Oh, it went up 4,000%. Yeah, I'll take some more profit. It's not good to round trip things. Don't round trip things. It's not good for your health. It's not good. It's okay to sell. People are got this diamond hand mentality, which is, there's a place for it. Like with my Bitcoin, I'm kind of diamond handed, right? But with everything else, it can fuck off. If it's in profit, it can fuck right off. I'll sell it. Anything else? Anything else, guys? Any more stocks, cryptos, commodities, metals, real estate? What do you got? Hmm. Hmm. Tia. Tia was in the Patreon trade setup. Um, all four of my buys hit on Tia. I kind of shit myself a little bit. My buys looked something like this. It was like something like here and then there and then here and then here. And then I watched it go down. Like my last buy was at it actually wasn't that low. It was my last buy was at 280. So that that was my last Tia buy. And then I watched it dip all the way down to 236. Oh man. Like I know it doesn't look that far, but that's another 13%. And that's off of your final buy where you think it's not going to go lower than that. You know what I mean? So, just pretend you put 10 grand on it and then all of a sudden you're down 20% on your 10 grand in minutes. You know, it makes you consider if you're an idiot or not. Uh, that being said, though, we did get our oversold dot. Uh, I'm waiting. to add a little bit more. Normally, I don't do more than 4 buys on an asset, but TIA, I kind of want to. I'm waiting for it to get back to this gray line here, so this is going to be that bullish HSI dot down here at 279. So anything 279 or below, I'm going to be buying and just adding more and more TIA. Overall, the target for TIA for me, call me crazy, but look at this pattern back here that never got fulfilled. This bearish or bearish, this bullish shark right here. The T1 at $12.50 and the T2 at $19.17. Those haven't been fulfilled yet, and these almost always get fulfilled all over time. It would only make sense, if BTC wants to go to those crazy targets we were talking about earlier, it would only make sense if TIA visits these targets as well. So what are we looking at from there? That's a 310 and a 530% profit. All right. Anything else, gentlemen? Lady? Probably one lady, right? I'm out of drink too. Oh yeah, Tesla. Very first stream, I was like, hey, I want Tesla at 300. Oh, this is Tesla crypto. What is this? What the hell? Oh, huh. I don't know. Okay, let me restart that thought. So one of the very first streams I was talking about, I want Tesla at 340. We were looking at the weekly. I wanted that T1. I wanted that target one at 340 bucks. I was streaming about it, I swear, right here, like right in that area. And guess what happened? We got our target one of $340. I actually posted in the Discord that I bought for 335. Um, let me pull up my proof, okay? Because I want you guys to believe me. There it is. 4 hour at 340. So there's your Tesla chart at 340 on February 11th, and bought some at 335. I'll continue to layer in. So here I am. I'm sticking to my word. I bought Tesla at 335. Right there. Right there. Let's go back to the daily. Here's what we're looking at the daily. Crazy how that works. You got your bat pattern. We're going for the type 1 reaction up to 387. I'm going to let go of 50% of what I bought, and I'm going to try to pick up more here. Stay tuned. Request this again next week, and let's see how that went. Let's, request that again next Sunday, and let's go over this. And I want you guys to hold me accountable too. I want you guys to see that this framework works. I want you to see that you can actually make money with this. If I tell you how I think a trade is going to play out, hit me up again the next week so we can take a look at it again. Last one, KWeb. Yup. Okay. Interesting. So this one, when that whole DeepSeek thing came out, this is when I posted this trade setup on KWeb or Queb, or I'm just gonna call it Crane Shares Trust because that's what it is. So this was the way that the U.S. market gained access to buying DeepSeek shares because it was a Chinese tech stock. So, let everybody know about it here. You had your rising three valleys, no harmonic pattern, but Bulkowski says a rising three valleys has a really high chance to the upside. Usually it ends up going up 64% from its valley, according to Bulkowski. So that would lead us to the $45 range. Um, so I got some K-Web. Let's take a look at the daily. The thing is about the daily, I don't know where that fib came from. Uh, you're pretty cooked on the daily. You're pretty cooked on the daily. So this is what you would call, this is the actual name of it. That's an abandoned baby candle, and it's called an abandoned baby because it's most likely going to be abandoned. This is going to be some sort of crazy tweezer top scenario, or it's going to continue gapping. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, alrighty. I guess that's that for tonight, guys and gal.